Hello everyone, my name is Amanda and welcome back to another video of the Planty Mandy. Alright, so first of all, thank you so much for all of you give me some wonderful feedback after my last Hoya Foliage Favorite video. So last time we talked about round leaves Hoya, which is my personal favorite. And then you guys give me a lot of good feedback in terms of your favorite round leaves Hoyas, as well as what should I do next. So this topic, I have it in mind already when I first started the series, but then a lot of you guys mentioned that, oh, why don't you do this one? So I was like, okay, let's do that next. So per your request, this time I'm gonna show you 5 of my favorite small leaves Hoya in my collection. So let's get started. Alright, so same as usual, I want to just reinforce the disclaimer. So number one is, I know there's plenty of small leaves Hoya other than these 5 out there, but these are just what I have that I really like in my own collection. So I'm sure you guys have other small leaves Hoya that you really like or look even more stunning than the one that I'm going to show you. And that's why I asked you to leave in the comment below so we can all share together. And second, when I say it's more rare, it's really in terms of where I come from. So again, I live in San Francisco, California, in the United States. So yeah, the commercial availability of the Hoyas that I'm going to show you guys may be different than what you have in your area. So keep that in mind as well. Alright, so the first plant I want to show you, the first small leaves Hoya I want to show you is this really beautiful Hoya curtisii. Yeah, so you can see it's a smaller leaf variety. And then it also have a really beautiful splash on the leaves. The leaf itself, the leaf themselves are really succulent as well. So yeah, so I got this plant from Steve Leaves about 6 months ago, and it have grown a lot. So when I first got it, it was this small, like you know that pot is like this small 4-inch plastic pot that they always sell their plants in. And yeah, so and then it's start to wine for me, as you can see, and the top is also really lush. It's you see this top grow right here, and that's because I'm giving it a lot of top down lighting. It literally like sit below my grow light. So yeah, so it has grown a lot, and it has grown really beautifully. So yeah, so this is definitely my first favorite small leaves Hoya, and I didn't find out until recently that a lot of people actually have problem growing this particular species of Hoya, even though they're super easy to find. People told me that it's very hard to control the moisture level because if you water too much, the leaves seem to get yellow. If you water not enough, the leaves seem to get yellow. And I have to be honest, like this has been one of the easiest Hoya for me to grow. I'm not exaggerating, I literally like do nothing for this plant. Like it sits below my grow lights, like I said, and I water it maybe at most once every 7 to 10 days. Like I don't really water it often. And now that it's in a terracotta pot, because it's grow bigger, so I have to like move it out of its nursery pot. So now that it's in a terracotta pot, yes, I do water it once every 7 to 10 days. But when it was in the Steve Leaves nursery pot, I water it maybe once every 2 weeks. Like I really don't water this as much, and then it seems to be like super happy, like it seems to be growing, the leaves are firm and healthy. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how to answer the question when people ask me that, oh, how do you keep your curtisii alive? And that's basically how I keep it alive. And I fertilize it maybe once a month at most. So yeah, I feel like this is one of those Hoya that it actually grows better if you kind of don't fuss over it. Yeah, so this will be my best tips for you if you consider that as a tip. Oh, and by the way, this is a macrame hanger that I make. at home because macrame hanger just get too expensive sometimes. So yeah, I do have a video for this. I'll teach you in the video. I teach you how to make this hanger for under $2, I think, and it's only take like about like 5 minutes to make. So I'll make sure I link the video somewhere so you can take a look if you're interested. But yeah, regardless, this is my first favorite Hoya, small leaf Hoya, the Hoya curtisii. Yeah, I love the splash too. Yay. So the next one I want to show you, it's, I would consider in my location a little bit harder to find, but they are just so lovely and gorgeous, and I just love them so much I have to show you. So the second of my favorite small leaf Hoya is this guy. So this is Hoya Spa mini kentiana. So we are already familiar with kentiana, which is like the the longer leaves one. So yeah, it's look exactly like a kentiana as its name states, but it's just smaller. But yeah, so I really like this plant because it's really like the really compact growth structure. And then you can see, because I also put it really under really strong light, so all this new growth, it's turning wet. I just want to show you this leaf in particular. Let me find it. Yeah. There we go. So I really love this leaf in particular because it's literally a red heart. It's really cute. So yeah, I'm not sure about the parents of this particular species. I think I think it has to be related to kentiana, but that's pretty much all I know. Regardless, it has been growing extremely well. I got this from Gardino Nursery, of course, and when I first got it, it was in a 2-inch pot. Like that's it, like a like the tiny like 2-inch pot, and yeah, it just has been like whining and giving out all this like really beautiful new growth. And like I said, because I put it really close to the grow lights, so the top grow are all like having that sun-kissed look. And yeah, I did have a sun-kissed Hoya video that I featured this plant as well, so I'm gonna link it somewhere so you can check it out. But yeah, really cute little species. And for the bottom one, it's also give out this red or maroon edge because of the bright light it is exposed to. So yeah, really succulent species, super easy to care for. Yeah, really like this one as well. So this is the Hoya Spa mini kentiana. So the third one I want to show you, I think this one is actually pretty hot in the houseplant market right now, the Hoya's market right now, and it is hard to get. I saw that, other than the private seller on eBay or Facebook, Gardino have it sometimes. But, obviously, once they put it on their website, it will be gone in like literally minutes. But yeah, so this is the Hoya croniana black leaves. So this is a variety of Hoya croniana, because you guys know there's Hoya croniana, the regular green one. There's the Hoya croniana Eskimo, which just have some silver blacking on it. And then there's Hoya croniana Super Eskimo, also called Hoya croniana Silver because it have a lot more silver on it. And then we also have this Hoya croniana black leaves. So as its name states, it's obviously darker in color. It's not quite like black, but it's like really dark green, I would say. And you can see the new growth up here, it's actually darker. So one thing I discovered too is just like any other variegated plants, you want to give it a lot of bright light, and that way it can actually reveal those color more, because you really want to activate the endosilence. Remember, we talked about in sun-kissed Hoya, and so that way the plants will like show the color that it is supposed to show. And this guy also has been growing really well, so you can see. So there's new leaves here, and I don't know if you can see, but there's like a bunch like right here as well, like coming right out. Oops, sorry, stop focusing. Yeah, coming right out here, like this one right here, and there's a lot right here. So yeah, so it's a really rewarding plant to grow. I'm surprised actually how fast it grow with, you know, the kind of pigmentation they have. Because normally when plants are more pigmented, or when they're more succulent, like this one is very succulent, they tend to grow a little bit slower, just because the plant need to put a lot more energy to create those like chemicals to induce the endocylin, and also to produce like the thick, juicy, succulent new growth. But yeah, regardless, this plant actually, you know, has been growing really, really, really well for me. I'm super happy. So yeah, so this is my Hoya croniana black leaves, my third favorite small leaves varieties of Hoyas. Alright, so I saved the next two for the last because they're kind of related. If you guys are smart enough, no, or if you guys have watched my previous video, may be able to guess what they are, right? So the next one I want to show you is one of my favorites, and this is the Hoya mathilde. So Hoya mathilde, I have a bigger one, but you know, I separate them. So this is a smaller one here. But yeah, Hoya mathilde, it's just literally like the easiest growing Hoyas, one of the easiest growing Hoyas I have ever grown. And it have really small-ish like succulent leaves, and then they have some splash on it, as you can see right here. So the splash is kind of like random. As you can see, that the one here have maybe a little bit less, and then, you know, some leaves have a little bit more. But you know, there's also a variety called the Hoya mathilde splash. So that one, it's probably have a lot more silver fleckings on it. But yeah, like I like them either way. As you can see, it's grow really well. So all the side, you know, sorry, it's moving. So I'm gonna hold this better. There you go. So as you can see, there's like all the side new grow right here. I trim it, like climb up, you know, the macrame. So again, this is like I made this. You can always add some decoration if you want to, but you know, it's so much cheaper. So yeah, so this is Hoya mathilde. So now Hoya mathilde is a mix of two plants. So it is the mix of Hoya canosa, the good old green leaves canosa, and Hoya serpens, which is a smaller leaves Hoya as well. Hint, hint. But yeah, but Hoya canosa, Hoya mathilde, because of the parents, actually get the best of both worlds in my opinion. So it is really fast growing, as you can see, like canosa, because canosa just like they just grow, right? But it's also have this like cute tiny leaves like the serpens. So I really feel like this is a really good beginner Hoya, even if you don't have a lot of experience in growing Hoya, but you want something like, you know, more on the uncommon side. Like, you know, you're done with the, you know, you already have the crimson queen, crimson princess and all the stuff, but you want something that is like cute and easy. I feel like Hoya mathilde would be a great one for you. All right, so as you guys could have guessed, like may have guessed, that the last one is no other than a very, very popular, but also pretty hard to find right now for some reason, small leaves Hoya that we briefly mentioned. And this is the Hoya serpens. So Hoya serpens, I'm growing them in the box and in the moss because I do want to give it more humidity. It wasn't on purpose at the beginning. I was just rehabbing these plants because I think I got it from Thailand like a long time ago. And when I first got it, obviously because it came from Thailand, so it wasn't like too happy. It was kind of like weak and you know, it doesn't look really good. So I put it in moss, right? And also put it in a box just to, you know, basically give it like an ICU care. And yeah, eventually it's bounced back and then it's like rooted really nicely and it's look really happy. So I decided that, okay, I'm just gonna leave it in the box. So yeah, so you can see this is my Hoya serpens. Yeah, the leaf, like I said, it's obviously on the smaller side, one of the parents of the mathilde. And the difference between serpens and mathilde is like the serpens actually have a textured surface. So if I put it really close, you can see like, yeah, it's kind of like a little bit fuzzy. Like you can see the little fuzz on here. and then it's when you touch it, it's not smooth. So because it's in a humidity box, so you can see the roots, like, you know, the aerial roots is growing out really well. And yeah, so this is the Hoya serpent. It's lived really, really happily in the moss. So, you know, I decide to just leave it there. That is one of my philosophy in terms of growing plants too, is if your plant is happy, like it's meaning that it's growing or flowering at where they are at, just leave it alone. Like, you know, don't bother like reporting it or touching it or anything like that. Yeah, because it's the plant is talking to you, right? The plant is telling you that, oh yeah, you know, this is a great environment for me, and that's why I can shoot out new growth. And if that's the case, why would you move it? Because every time when you like report or move the plants to a different environment, the plants pretty much have to just like get used to it all over again. So since it was growing so you can see I have a, you know, lead to, and then with the vents, my favorite box, as I show you many times. I'm not like, by the way, I'm not getting what do you call those things, like sponsorship or anything like this. I just really like it. But yeah, no. So yeah, it has been growing really well in the moss, so I just decided that yeah, I want to leave it here, and I just water it, you know, just like using my watering can. But this come with practice of this come with the practices like over a period of time, because like if you are you know, if you don't know what you're doing and you just water it in a watering can, you may leave the moss like way too wet, and then it may kill the roots. Even though serpents like a little bit high humidity, it still doesn't like to be soggy wet because it's still a Hoya. So yeah, so if you want to try this method and then you're not super comfortable with like using moss or like watering the moss, use a spray bottle. It will work really well. But then you also avoid the risk of overwatering the plants. All right, so that's the 5 smaller leaves Hoya that I really like in my own collection. So let's recap really quick. I have this really controversial Hoya curtisii. Like, some people say it's really hard. Some for me, it's like super easy, really low maintenance in my environment. And then we have the really cute, also sun stress, Hoya Spa Mini Kentiana. I can't wait for it to trail. It's gonna be like so gorgeous. And then we have the pretty popular, you know, dark color Hoya croniana black leaves. Oh, something just dropped. And we have this really also beautiful, cute little Hoya mathilde, super easy to care for. Oh my goodness, love this guy so much. And last but not least, one of Hoya's mathilde parents, the Hoya serpens. Alright, so that's all I have for you today for the second part of my Hoya's Foliage Favorites series. So last time we talked about big round leaves, and this time we talk about small leaves. And I would love to hear what your favorite small leaves varieties of Hoyas is. Make sure you leave in the comment below. And also, like last time, make sure that you leave you know, couple ideas, like what do you want to see like in the comment below as well, so that way I can film that for you guys. And yeah, as always, if you like this video, make sure you click like. If you want more future videos such as part 3, part 4, or part 5, I don't know, of the Hoya's Foliage Favorites, make sure that you click subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.